Bob Dahl. In 2014, 65% of your top 10 predictions for the year ended up being correct. Let's see if you can do as well in 2015. We'll start off with your number 5 prediction, that the U.S. constitutes more to global GDP than China. Is that because we're going to do great, or are they going to do really badly?
A little of both. China's slowing, we're accelerating, the lines are going to cross. It's that simple. Hasn't happened since 1999.
All right, number 4. The ECB is going to try QE, but will that keep Greece in? Will that solve their problems?
Not necessarily. I would argue accelerated QE for the ECB is a necessary but not sufficient condition for Europe to get back on track.
Your number 3 prediction is that the Fed raises rates. When do you think it's going to be?
At Nuveen, our best guess is, like the consensus, sometime around the middle of the year, basically saying employment's improved, inflation's ticking up at the core level, and the economy's doing okay. Time to move from zero.
Let's go to number 2. On that note about inflation, you say that core inflation is going to remain contained, but wages are going to rise. I guess we should be happy. We'll get more in our paychecks and less at the pump and at the store, right?
That's great news for the consumer, and you've told the story. When you get the consumer working a little bit more, making a little more money, having more money left over because of not only lower gas prices but lower interest expense, guess what? The consumer's going to spend some money this year.
And the number 1 prediction is that the U.S. grows at 3% in 2015. Is that high or low? How should we feel about that?
We should feel great because
Okay.
It's the first time in a decade. Since the Great Recession, we've been stuck at this 2% level, neither fish nor famine, back and forth, back and forth. 3 is a good number, and I think we'll lead the world.
All right, so putting it all together, how should an investor put their portfolio into perspective heading into the year? Given all these predictions, what should an investor do?
So what you hear me is feeling pretty good about the economy. Ironically, in the last 4 years, I felt pretty good about the stock market and less good about the economy. I think the stock market is going to be okay, but much more volatile than we've experienced as we see in the opening days of 2015. Bumpy ride, but stocks win the race, beating bonds, commodities, cash, and inflation.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob Dahl.
Thank you.
And we'll be back again next year to see how you did.
That's a good deal.
All right, and thank you for watching The Street.